What up, everybody? Uncle Drew, what's happening? Can y'all hear me okay? What's up, what's up, what's up? It's a Coach C live stream. It has been a while. Man, it's been a while. We've got a lot of crazy updates. I've been doing a ton of stuff over the past year that's kind of insane. And so I got about like 20 minutes. I decided, hey, I'm going to do a live stream. I'm going to catch all you guys up on shop mechanics, kind of let you know what I've been up to, all the, kind of exciting developments and all that sort of stuff. And as you probably saw on the title, Kyrie Irving is my new business partner, along with a bunch of other professional athletes. So I'm going to get into the whole story. I'm going to give you the backstory, kind of how it all came to be, the really cool stuff that we have going on. And the best part about it all is it's going to mean some incredibly awesome stuff for you guys. But before we get started, if you scroll to the top of the chat, I actually brought back my biggest, craziest discount on all of our training programs. So I've got a bunch of premium training programs. They really, really help you kind of take your game to the next level. And for the next 3 days only, I'm going to let you guys choose what you want to pay for it. So it's about $1,500 in training. At least that's kind of the normal value of all the programs. But I'm going to literally let you type in how much you want to pay for it. Just my way of giving back to you guys. I know tryouts in the season are coming very soon, and I want as many of you guys to make the team and have the best year you've ever had. So literally get all of my, kind of best premium training, plus all my future training you're going to get access to as well. Literally name your price, whatever you think's fair, whatever you feel like, we've helped give you at Shop Mechanics, totally up to you. So scroll to the top of the chat. Feel free to check that out. I'll also redrop the link right now, just in case you guys are interested. So if you want to pick that up, again, 3 days only, and then it's automatically going to disappear. So let's see here. I'm gonna check out here. Hopefully, I'm gonna give you some updates, and then hopefully I'll have time to kind of answer some questions depending on what you guys have. So here's the big update. So over about the last 18 months, I've been working on another business. And so the other business that I've been working on is called Players TV. Here's a shirt that we've got for it right here, PTV. And it's basically a platform that's a lot like a TV channel or, Hulu or something like that. But it's for professional athletes to create content, reality shows, documentaries, series, whatever it is, and for them to distribute it directly to fans instead of having to go through like an ESPN or a third-party app or something like that. So we've got a ton of crazy traction in the space. So our really kind of like our big name investors are guys like Kyrie Irving, who's actually our chief visionary officer. I was on a call with him a couple of weeks ago. Super awesome dude, really smart. I think, he's one of those guys that sometimes is misunderstood, but he's a really, really smart, caring dude. So, Kyrie Irving's our chief visionary officer of the company. Other investors on the basketball side include guys like Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, CJ McCollum. All of them are super awesome dudes. And we're really fortunate to have such high level, big name athletes as a part of the company. On the baseball front, we've got like Ken Griffey Jr., one of the all time best baseball players, as an investor and an ambassador. Trevor Bauer, one of the best, kind of pitchers in the MLB. On the football side, we've got guys like Vernon Davis, freshly retired, as well as Travis Kelce, who plays for the Super Bowl champion Chiefs. So we've got a ton of good stuff and a bunch of players in the work that I can't even actually announce right now. But more announcements coming shortly on all the players on board. So right now we've got probably close to 30 athletes on board from a variety of sports, but basketball is the primary, kind of target and athletes that we have on board right now. So that's really cool. So if you guys have any requests or whatever for Kyrie or any of the other guys, feel free to drop them in the chat. And sometimes I jump on a call with them and we can, I might be able to slide in a question or two if we have time. But so Players TV is fantastic, right? It's kind of more entertainment. It's been really fun. My background comes from shooting instruction, training, and then to try something new has been incredible, right? One thing that I always kind of, stress and preach to all of my athletes and players is sports is just like anything else in life. If you want to try something, if you want to put yourself out there, you can. You just have to work hard and try it, right? So I was a professional shooting coach who now owns a TV channel and has a bunch of professional athletes invested in the TV channel. The other sick part about this is we have some really interesting training stuff coming soon as well. So for all you Shop Mechanics fans out there, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be crazy. We have literally some of the coolest stuff I've been a part of is getting ready to come down the pipe. So I'm really excited for you guys, because since you've kind of been OG since day one, it's really going to, kind of give you access that a lot of people aren't going to get to the process and a lot of the cool stuff we're doing. And with Players TV, I'm also going to give you guys a bunch of free memberships and all that sort of stuff, because I got to give back to the group that helped me grow and helped me kind of get where we're at. So first of all, you guys are awesome. It's been an incredible journey, an incredible ride. And over the last year plus, it's been really fun to try new things, put myself out there, and really build something that's gigantic, right? And have a lot of these professional athletes buy in has been cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm business partners with Kyrie Irving, Chris Paul, Carmelo Anthony, all those dudes. It's awesome. It's really, really cool. So don't forget, next 3 days, for some of you guys that are just joining late here, you get all of my premium training programs. I'm doing a one-time special discount where you can pay whatever you want to for it. So I'm going to paste it in the chat right now. Boom, just in case you missed it earlier. In fact, is there a way I can pin this? I don't even know. I don't even think so. That'd be cool if I could. Come on, YouTube. Got to let me pin something here. And so, basically pay what you want. Normally it's about $1,500 worth of training, but literally you could put $10 in, $5 in, whatever you want to, and get instant access to all of our current training and all of our future training. So I'm giving you kind of a lifetime discount, lifetime access that you can snatch it up right now. So Kyrie dribbling drills, Melo. I'm just reading some of your guys' comments over here. 1v1 with Kyrie. Whew, I'm out of shape. I've not been in the gym near as much as I should be. Kyrie would scorch me, but if we're in the gym, I'll see if I can get something on camera. Let's see here. Big problem with my set point. I got it the first time. Oh, hey, what up, Eli? Shouts to you for picking up the sale the first time. Here's the thing I got to say. A lot of coaches and a lot of training is about money, right? And I get it. People have to put a roof over their head. People have to, make a living to support their families. I totally understand all that. But at Shot Mechanics, this whole thing has always been more about money. There was things that I could have done in the company to make more money, and there's things that I could have done, to increase revenues and all that sort of good stuff. But I really have felt like the most important part about Shot Mechanics is helping athletes get better and helping athletes realize that they have the power and they have the tools with them to chase their dreams and become as good as they possibly can. And it's not necessarily up to another coach or anything like that. So you guys always hear me say in videos, hey, you need to be your own shooting coach. You need to be your own trainer. That way, that your development is being handled right, because man, it's crazy. There are so many dinosaurs in the training industry and also just coaches out there that are coaching 15, 20 years behind the curve. And so if you're training and you're working on your game 15 years behind the curve and everybody else is training, kind of at today's, kind of next level training, you're going to fall behind really, really quickly. And it's something that I see a lot of times. And it's, it's really sad and it kind of makes me mad. So not only that, but you have trainers charging $100, $150 an hour to not even necessarily do that great of training. So Shot Mechanics, long story short, not about making money. It's about helping as many players as possible. So that's why I wanted to bring back this sale, because literally you get all the training you're ever going to need. And it doesn't matter if you have a coach. It doesn't matter if you have a team. It doesn't matter anything. You can name whatever price you think is fair. If you think $200 is fair, awesome. Thank you. If you think $5 is fair, that's good too. We just want to help as many players get better. So make sure you find that link in the chat. I'm going to drop it one more time here for you. That way you can check it out. Pay what's fair. We're all good with that. So what up? I'm the GOAT. I tell you what, I feel like we've been dropping some bangers here on YouTube. A lot of really great videos. Cameraman Jake has taken his skills to the next level. We got some new gear that he's been shooting with. It looks fantastic. But the thing that I hate, and the thing, YouTube's been awesome. We're almost to 1 million subscribers. Shouts to all you guys for helping us get there. But the thing that I hate about YouTube is now they've made it so entertainment is the goal and not getting better, right? So you notice a lot of the basketball training channels, their views don't do very well anymore. I mean, we have almost 1 million subscribers and they're legitimate. They're all people that we're not paying for bots or any stupid nonsense like that. But you notice sometimes we'll have videos, they'll do 7,000 views, 10,000 views. And what's lame is it's really because YouTube is not going to show the videos that aren't going to get a ton of watch time. And so basically they punish me as a coach for teaching something concisely, fast, good, and the way that you guys actually want it, right? You don't want to watch a 15-minute video if you can learn the same information in 2 minutes, right? There's no reason to that. But YouTube punishes me. And, we have to try to make longer videos and we have to try to add more stuff into the video. Back in the day, I could make a 2.5-minute long video and it'd get 100,000 views, 200,000 views. And it would be awesome. It'd be great for you guys because you'd get to, get your information quickly and digestible. And then it was great for me because I could continually pump out those things to help you guys out. But now YouTube, hey, it's all about vlogs and it's all about watch me play one-on-one with this guy. And hey, first person to score me gets $100 and all this stuff, which I get it. It's fun. It's good entertainment. But as far as us helping players is not good. It doesn't help. So YouTube, get your stuff together. Come on, show our videos to the dedicated audience like you guys that want to see it, right? So the best thing you guys can do, obviously, make sure you're subscribed. Turn on bell notifications so that way when we actually put up a video, you actually get to see it. Literally, I've had people say, they've DM'd me and stuff on social media and say, hey, coach, I even searched shot mechanics on YouTube and you don't show up. Like, did you quit? Did you stop making videos? And it's just that YouTube won't show our stuff because it's not crazy long watch time. It's not crazy salacious clickbaity entertainment. We're just trying to help you get better, which apparently isn't good enough for YouTube. So that's kind of lame. But what else we got here? Who do you think you're better than I Love Basketball TV? No, so here's the thing about I Love Basketball TV. So Adam, a guy named Adam Linkenauger, who is the owner of I Love Basketball TV, is actually one of my really, really good friends. And we're actually working on a project together along with Players TV that you guys are going to want to stay tuned here shortly. So I love the guys over at I Love Basketball TV. I think Adam, the guy who runs it's a fantastic dude. One of my kind of personal mentors when it came to training in the space and setting up this whole online stuff, because I used to just be a professional shooting coach and didn't do any of the online videos and that sort of stuff. So I love Adam, love the guys over at I Love Basketball TV. They're good dudes for sure. So good question over there. I'm seeing... I'm just trying to read some of your comments. They're coming in so fast. Kyrie suggestion, we need more details on how he got his insane handles. We all really know he used to use a plastic bag. Yeah, so he did use a plastic bag. We are having some really good stuff coming on that sort of thing. I can't reveal too much, but I'll have you know we are doing some insane stuff that you are not going to want to miss when it comes to the training side of this company. So keep an eye out. Consistent shooter. Oh, I see a few people asking for the pay what's fair link for all my training programs. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to spam it here real quick, just with a bunch of comments back to back to back. So you guys can find it if you need to. There you go. Spamming the crap out of it. So now if you need it, go go scroll back up. Kyrie Irving handle. Boogie. I've watched almost all your videos. Shouts. Thank you so much. The YouTube algorithm might not give it to you, but I'm glad that you're here coming back for more anyways. Is it selfish to not share the link with a friend? Ooh, good question. I'm cool with sharing the link either way. You can not share the link with your friend, and then that way you can kind of keep the training for yourself. Honestly, I wouldn't hold that against you. I wouldn't necessarily say it's selfish. I'd say it's you kind of taking advantage of, an opportunity that maybe somebody else wasn't dedicated enough to find, right? They didn't subscribe to my YouTube channel. They didn't watch my videos religiously. So I would say, hey, that can kind of be your little secret that maybe they don't have to know about. But on the other hand, if you do have really, really good friends and it's about the grind, everybody coming up together, I'm more than happy. And I repeat, I'm more than happy with you paying whatever you think's fair and then sharing the training with your friends. I don't care if you share it with 4 friends. I don't care if you share it with 7 friends. How many coaches do you know that'll say, hey, buy this training for whatever price you want, and then also share it with 5 or 6 of your friends? Because at the end of the day, to me, I don't really care. It's not about the money. It's not about the bank account. It's not about the company. It's about how can we get you better. And if that's your friends as well, okay, I'm awesome with that. That's sweet. Where do I go? It's really insane that there's no pinned comment. Normally there's it allows me to add it to the description. But for some reason it didn't this time when I was doing a live. I think YouTube changed their experience. I'm going to spam it again for everybody here. So if you're looking for the link, Just scroll on up the chat and find where I've dropped it in there a few times. I'm kind of spamming it back and forth. Or you can just go to shopmechanics.com/pay-what's-fair, and that'll get you there as well. Or .catalog, I guess. Oh, good question here. Have you ever dealt with homeschool players and how they get recruited since they don't play on high school teams? Good question. So some of them do. I actually was working with a high school player last year who's a homeschooler, and he homeschools, so he goes to school at home, but then he actually plays on the high school team. So that is an option depending on your area that you could look into if you are a homeschool hooper. So you technically can play on a high school team. You do your homeschool at home, then you go to practice at the school and that sort of thing. So that is an option. If you're not going to play on a high school team, what I would do if I was a homeschooler is then I would go through the AAU circuit and try to get recruited through the summers and through AAU. So, even if you're not playing on a high school team, if you're homeschool, you can still join, a local club or whatever it is like that and try to make it to the tournaments that direction. Let's see here. Post drills for guards. Love it. Got a lot coming. Let's see here. Sharilla says, the link says Air 404. Huh. I just checked it. It should be good. Let me drop it again and check it. Oh, yeah. It still works. Should be good. All right. Watermelon wants to know, is a thumb flick good? So here's the thing about the thumb flick. And this is something that's a little controversial. Most shooting coaches aren't going to say this. But long story short, it really doesn't matter as long as it's not affecting the ball side to side. So like if you watch our videos and you watch slow motion, I actually have a bit of a thumb flick as well. But I don't miss side to side very often. When I miss, it's normally front to back. And so I'm not really super interested in correcting it, because if it's pushing one direction or the other, then it might be an issue. But for a lot of players, it's not really that big of an issue, right? So I probably wouldn't worry about it unless it seems like it's huge. Like if you're doing a two-handed shot where you're shooting it like this, then that's something you don't want to have. But then, if it's one of those things where it kind of depends on if it's the problem. That's the number one thing in shooting instruction that I think a lot of people get wrong, is they just solve everything. They say, I'm going to solve your hand and your legs and your shooting release and your whatever. And they do like 6 things, and kids are like, I don't know what I should do all at one time. With shooting, the secret key, and what you've seen in a lot of my videos, is figuring out the 1 or 2 things that are causing you to mix, and only fixing those, right? You don't have to fix your entire jump shot. And that's something that a ton of people screw up all the time. So it's one of those things where you just need to make sure you're fixing what's kind of messing up your jump shot. And that's why we make the videos of Shot Mechanics. That's why actually inside our training platform, which I'll drop the link again, just so you guys have it a few times. Inside the link in the platform, we actually have a program called the Custom Shot Design, which helps you build your perfect shot from the ground up. And it actually helps you figure out through a process of elimination what that thing that's causing you to miss is. It's really cool. There's no other shooting system like it on the planet. And it's one of the things that I developed personally, where I was like, hey, I can't be in the gym with thousands of players all over the world, all over the time. So how can I create an online program that will help a player essentially do the exact same thing that is if I was in a gym with you? So it's really cool. I'll drop the link at the end of this. I believe I can edit the description of the video. I'll drop the link to the sale. So if you come here in the next 3 days, you can check it out as well. That way you can check it and get the custom shot design, as well as I think there's 10 other programs in there, something like that now. And we have a bunch more coming that you're going to get access to as well. And that sort of stuff. Let's see here. Most amazing stop 11 says, I just bought it for $30, man. Hit my support team at support@shotmechanics.com via email. Let them know the situation, and they'll take care of you. We make a special video as soon as you get to 1 million. Absolutely. 1 million subscribers. We're making a special video. We're also going to do insane giveaways. I'm already starting to plan some of that sort of stuff out. We're going to give away a ton of products, a ton of hoodies, basketballs, shoes, a ton of stuff, really celebrating the milestone, because to get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube is hard. And then to get to 1 million subscribers on YouTube, not making prank videos and entertainment and that sort of stuff, like actually helping people out is way, way, way harder. So it's really a testament to you guys as an audience, really, developing your games, being excited about basketball. It's more about you guys than it even is about me. So, that's really exciting. And we're definitely going to do it up big. So real quick in the chat, I want to see how many of you guys have tried our premium training before, whether it's a program, whether it's the entire catalog like we're offering now. Let me know in the chat if you guys have tried it out. Honestly, not a ton of players do. It's really kind of the tippy top 1% of players that are really looking to take their game to the next level, take that next step. So drop it in the chat if you've tried our premium training before, if you liked it, if you got better, all that sort of good stuff. And I'll even shout some of you guys out here as well. Judah Rigsby really wants a shout out. What up, brother? I appreciate you watching the videos. Awesome Jones Kid says, I have them all. Man, much appreciated. We appreciate the support. What a lot of people don't realize is the premium, training sales are what really kind of like allow us to make all this stuff for free. I say it's not a business and it's not about the money. And that's totally true. But if we can't pay our bills, if I can't keep the lights on and all that sort of stuff, then I'd have to get, a real job, which would be lame. Instead, I like making you guys better. It's a lot better of an experience. I have my jokes got better from your free videos. Hey, that's the other thing too. My free videos, the things I put out every single week for you guys, are better than I would say most coaches' premium training. Part of it is I'm an educator. My background comes from teaching, helping people get better. So that's the number one goal. The number one goal is to get people better. So that's what it's all about. You are best. What's up, George? Or Jorge? I'm not sure. Ew. Let's scroll too fast. I've seen a lot of people ask what happened to Coach Rock from I Love Basketball TV. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure of that whole situation and what's going on over there. How are you such a good shooter? Mock Agony. Great question. So, number one, practice, right? The more you practice something, the better at it you're going to be. But number two, I would say probably the number one thing that's really kind of was the aha moment for me in my shooting was that I didn't have to listen to somebody else to know what to do. Now that sounds super weird considering I have a whole YouTube channel where I tell you what to do, right? But basically you have to kind of take control over yourself as a shooting coach and kind of become your own shooting coach, right? So instead of having your coach tell you, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong, you need to be able to self-diagnose and be aware. So I became a much better shooter after high school because I stopped listening to my coach in high school and I stopped thinking that this way was right and this way was wrong. And I started thinking of it from a problem-solving standpoint of how am I missing? Why am I missing? What can I do to correct that? And that's when I really started diving into, body biomechanics, the science of shooting, all that sort of good stuff. And so, it's one of those things where it's kind of a hard answer, right? A lot of it's practice. But now, I don't really get in the gym over this quarantine. I haven't been in the gym for, I'll go like 3 weeks at a time without being in the gym really. And I'll go back in and I'll still be pretty wet. And it's because I know my jumper, I know the body biomechanics, and, I might have a little bit of rust to knock off. But, most of the time it's not that bad. When is your next video? I think we have one coming out today. It's either today or Friday. I'm not sure. Our gym time's been a little bit wonky here. How tightly should you hold the ball when shooting? Laura wants to know. Not that tight. A lot of people think they need to like grip the basketball really hard. It needs to be kind of a nice relaxed grip. Not so relaxed that it's going to slide out of your hand, but relaxed enough to where you're actually going to, be able to have kind of that touch on the basketball as it comes out. So not crazy hard, not crazy light, somewhere in the middle. You want to be able to hold it, whip the ball up and down and not have it fly out of your hands, but not have it so tense that you can see like, kind of your muscles flexing on the back of your hands. Need to work on contested jumper. Can you help? Good question. So contested jumper shooting, that's kind of a big deal. A lot of players get good at, knocking down shots in practice, but as soon as somebody gets a hand up, it's really difficult. What I would do is I'd try to set something in front of you. It could either be like one of those, defender things you can get online. You could even just have a buddy hold a pool noodle. Most of the time when I'm working players out, I have a pool noodle on a stick that I kind of wave around in their face. And that's a really great way to simulate something kind of in your space as you're focusing through on your shot. So that's probably what I would do. Is a one-legged fadeaway a travel or not? Shakia wants to know. No, it is not. It's a common misconception that if you lift up your pivot foot, it's a travel. It's not a travel to lift up your pivot foot. It's a travel to put it back down. So like the Dirk Nowitzki one-footed fadeaway, totally legal. A spin move step through, totally legal. A pump fake step through where you lift up your foot, totally legal. Doesn't mean a ref's not going to call you for a travel, because some refs are dumb, especially at like lower levels of basketball. But it just, it's one of those things where it's technically not a travel, even if they're going to call you for it. What up? Oh, I see a few people asking for the link again. Sorry. I hate spamming the chat, but I got to give the peoples what they want. If you want the link to my entire training catalog and pay whatever you think's fair for it, literally $5, $10, $20, $200, whatever, we appreciate the support, and it's about getting as many of you guys better as possible. Let's see here. Mike Brown says, I play with Wilson Evolution indoors. Anytime the ball or my hands get sweaty, I can hardly grip it, and my hands are small, so I can't palm it well. Any tips? Great question. So I actually don't have that big of hands either, and I shoot with the Wilson Evolution quite a bit. It's one of those things where you probably just want to try to keep your hands dry. You know what I mean? It might be the type of thing when if you're working out, you got a towel handy that you can wipe your hands off on. That's probably the best bit of advice. There's a company I used to work with called Point 3 Hoops, where they actually make shorts that have built-in towels. So this isn't a sponsorship. I've just used them in the past, and they're kind of interesting. So if that's a problem for you, that might be a good way or a good company to look up. How can I get scouted from England? Good question. I get this question a lot. So abroad or overseas, if you're not in the United States and you want to get scouted, a few different ways to go about it. Number one, you can try to get on a team over there, try to get exposure over here via, traveling, maybe doing some, traveling tournaments and that sort of stuff. Another good way is connect online. Social media has really kind of brought the world smaller and closer together. So you're actually, can DM a college coach from over here, do some research and say, hey, check me out. I've got this. I'm averaging this many points a game. My parents are this tall or this tall. I'm looking to grow to be 6'4" or whatever it is. And a lot of times you can kind of work your way in the back door, but it takes some effort, right? The biggest thing with recruiting is you've got to make it happen yourself. You can't wait for somebody else to make it happen. So a lot of people just kind of assume, hey, I play ball, and like these recruits are just going to find me and they're going to say, hey, I want you to play for my college. It doesn't really work like that. Even the best players need to go out and actively get themselves recruited. They have to dig up the contacts. They have to reach out to the, assistant coaches at the colleges and all that sort of stuff. So you've got to be active. If you want it, you got to go out and take it yourself. You can't wait for somebody to come to you. Where do you make your videos? So I make my videos at a place called T3 Sports. A good buddy of mine's the owner of it. He's awesome. He let me, slap my logo up on the back pad and all that sort of stuff. So we shoot out of there. It's about 10 minutes from my house. But it's a really cool facility. There's a lot of like shooting, dishes in there and a lot of cool kind of training devices and that sort of stuff. So T3 Sports, Boise, Idaho. If you're here, go check it out. Great dudes. Do you watch the WNBA? Absolutely. I love the WNBA. A lot of great basketball in the WNBA. I'm actually the father of 2 girls, so I have 2 daughters. So women's basketball is something that I'm incredibly passionate about as well. And a lot of people think that girls aren't as good at basketball, and that's really not true. It's more so sometimes the coaching isn't as good. I hate to fire some shots across the bow, but that's just the God's honest truth. Just because there aren't like high flying dunks and that sort of thing doesn't mean that they aren't skilled. So love me the WNBA. Good question. Can you drop the link again, Alan Lynn? Yes, sir. I got you. Say no more, fam. Pay what you want. Pay $5, $10, whatever you think's fair, whatever you want to get the training. I ain't mad because I just wanted to get you guys better. What do you do with a jammed finger? Good question. I used to jam my fingers all the time. In fact, I broke a finger. Some of you guys have asked in the comments before, my pinky. See how it's like all jacked up? So what you can do with the jammed finger is most of the time, if you're still needing, rest is kind of the first thing. Also, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, so don't, think that I know everything when it comes to injuries. But, first and foremost, rest if it's bad enough. If you still want to play on it and it's not that bad, you can tape it up. What I do is I take a thin piece of athletic tape. I'll tear it down the middle. If it's kind of that standard, inch thick, I'll tear it so it's about half as wide. And then you can bend your finger slightly and wrap the tape around. So then you can't bend it further and you can't bend it all the way back. That's kind of my go-to tape job if I'm looking to tape a jam finger. Boo! Also, I just realized I've got to go. I've got a meeting here to jump on. Big stuff with Players TV. Like I mentioned, I'm gonna be giving you more of that information very shortly. But I'm gonna drop this link a couple more times for y'all, and I'm also going to drop the link on the description of this video in a minute. And I will see you guys later. Again, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for coming to the live chats here. It means the world to me, and I love interacting with you guys. And at the end of the day, the crazy position I'm in with Kyrie Irving as a business partner, with Chris Paul as a business partner, all those guys, is because of you. You guys helped us, kind of get to where we're at. So much appreciated. Love y'all. Have a great time. Everybody stay safe out there.